Welcome, Warriors, back with another episode of Vigor Warriors. I'm going to stand up for this one. Um, we are going to talk about Feed the Warrior. Actually, I'm going to talk about nutrition a little bit here, gentlemen and ladies. I want to kind of focus on things that I've done along with the retention, along with other things we're talking about, to try to kind of maximize on my journey. And I'm just going to give you my viewpoints on opinions. I think there is some science to back it up, real science to back it up, but I don't know, I haven't brought it into the discussion. I may put some links eventually if you're interested in this topic, but let's kind of talk about it. First of all, subscribe, like and comment, and donate if you feel that you want to. Certainly it's greatly appreciated. All this is greatly appreciated. I'm just trying to really kind of look for topics and ideas to talk about. It seems like that people wanted to talk about nightfall, so I did one on that. They also talk about brahmacharya for women. We did that one as well. And then courage was another one that people wanted to talk about. So this one, we're going to focus on feeding the warrior. 5 different ways. Let me get my notes here. 5 different ways in which I believe that nutrition can help you in this journey you're making. Remember, it's all about self-control. That's what you learned when you start doing the retention. And once you did the retention, now you can transfer that into other types of things. So the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that you move away from things that are bad. So number 1 is avoid all the fast foods. I used to have a lot of McDonald's, Burger King, Coke, Pop, things like that, and I would, I would get bloated, which one of the reasons back when I was in 30s and early 40s, I mean, I struggled with some of that because I didn't realize how important that issue was. And besides the problem with your teeth and the sugar and all that other kind of stuff, which I've had problems with my teeth because of that as well, that's one thing you have to avoid. Now, I'm not saying once every so often you can do it. I mean, you can treat yourself and take a cheat day every time, whenever you want to, but obviously you don't want to take more cheat days than you have your plan. So, but if you're on your plan and you really want to be the best you can be, it's really important to look at that. I saw a great video the other day on Indian warriors and who they use brahmacharya, and they really are fine-tuned to the point where, I don't care how old you are, you're not doing those things that are going to hurt your body. And obviously the connection, and we'll talk about this in the Fountain Youth book, they talk about nutrition a little bit, and you don't mix carbohydrates, especially breads, with meats. And that's something we'll talk about in a separate type of video. But the idea was anytime you're having hamburgers, those type of things, that creates a real problem in your stomach. And the digestive system is hard on it. And that takes longer to digest. And so that's why as you look at trying to have fast food, you're almost kind of killing yourself all the time. And we do it all the time because it's easy, but take my word for it, on my behalf, fast food was bad for me all over the place. And I stopped doing that a few years back, and certainly as we did this journey, it shows me I don't need to do that. So the other thing I was going to say is talk about number 2, besides avoiding fast foods, number 2 is I focus more on protein. So I have a protein drink after I weight lift. I also try to get protein from meat and cheese and eggs, those type of things. I like I said before, I do a lot of the keto type of thing, so I don't do a lot of carbohydrates. I stay away from breads, so I don't really have a lot of pizza and cakes and all that kind of stuff. That stuff to me really kind of dragged me down. And you could tell, guys, if you're on this journey and you have some of the wrong foods, you'll actually get tired. Not that you have abundance of energy, but your body is still working to kind of digest all that food. And so if you have a bunch of sugar in a bowl of cereal, or you have a bunch of sugar in ice cream or something like that, well then all of a sudden you're going to be tired. And I have felt that many times, and I don't like that feeling. So the reason we eat a lot obviously is because we have taste buds in our mouth. We want to have something that's in us to fill us. But remember, it takes a while to get that food down your system to digest. That's why you should also eat very slowly. Take your time, because the food is going to go down and you're going to be able to eat less because you're chewing. Chew the food more. I know it's hard. We kind of gobble into everything and eat all the fast foods and everything, and we can. But I'm saying don't eat that fast. Slow down so that your food can get to your stomach faster, So that means you'll get fuller faster, so you won't have to eat something else. Now, I made the mistake so many times. I'm eating a lot, and all of a sudden, I finally realize I'm full, but I was full a long time ago, and now I'm kind of bloated. Or I'm tired, so now I have to take a nap or have to sleep. I can't even move. And this was the way I was, at 10 o'clock in the morning because I ate a big breakfast. So you want to be careful. Chew your food more, but also focus more on protein to kind of build your muscles to kind of help that retention process you're doing. So again, avoid fast foods, number one. 2, use protein more, whether it's drinks or meat or other types of things you can use to kind of add proteins. I also do some protein type supplements, things like that, and I can always talk about those things if we need to as well. The third one is water. Drink a lot of water, my friends. Water is great for you, especially natural type of water. You're going to be able to kind of digest everything. You're going to be able to kind of get everything through the system and be able to kind of make you a lot more stronger. And your skin's going to look better. And on to retention, the blood is going to circulate through, and all that energy and blood and seed that you have is going to be that much stronger because you're using water. Now, it's okay to add liquids, but also remember, water by itself pure is probably the best thing for you. Now, I know it doesn't taste that good, and I don't always like the taste of it, but try to kind of use more of that as you go along, especially waking up in the morning. One of the best things that I try to do is get a bottle of water in the morning and at night. It helps you sleep better, and it's also something that you can do. Now, like I said, no food, and it brings me to number 4. Number 4 is do not eat after, I say, 8 o'clock. Now, I do my fasting from 8 to noon the next day. So don't eat anything, I would say, after 8 o'clock. Once again, most people get heavy and they start getting into bad habits because they eat too late at night. I remember teaching a class at night, and I'd come home at 10 o'clock at night and I would eat. And that was the worst thing that could happen to me, because then I would, have dreams and all kinds of stuff at night, and I would just feel I couldn't sleep. And a lot of that was because of the food I'd eaten, and the food was still digesting. So give your chance to buy a chance to recover. And this also helps in sickness, guys, too, as well. They always talk about this. Don't eat things if you do get sick. Now, I haven't been sick in a long time, but if you do get sick, focus on liquids, especially water, and focus on getting away from food. Because the idea is, if your body's trying to fight the disease that you have, and if they have to digest the food at the same time, it's going to be harder for them to fight that disease. And so if you cleanse your system out, you got a better chance of overcoming that cold, flu, whatever you might have after that. So the idea then is to be able to, at night, allow yourself to recover and sleep the next day to be able to do that. And so I sleep very well if I'm able to do that. And times when I forget and I eat at night, that hurts me a lot the next day because I eat too late. So I'm not doing that any longer. I haven't done that for a while. And it feels good being able to get up in the morning and not have a lot of that excess weight. And with the retentions you have, you just feel more motivated to do these type of things. Okay? So again, going back to it, avoid the fast foods, 1. 2, more protein. 3, more water. 4, do not eat after 8 o'clock. And the 5th one really is small meals. I would say, once again, going back to talking about digesting and gesticulating your food, you basically want to go ahead and have small meals. And I made this mistake 1,000 times. Eating big meals is not a good thing for you. Combination of things. And see, we in the Western world struggle with this because I think we have buffets after buffets after buffets, right? Friends of mine in the Eastern world, they don't always have that. They have small meals. In fact, sometimes in reading and looking at the Tibet monasteries, they would basically just have meat, a whole group of meat, and then a whole group of cheese separately. And if they had bread, they would have it separately. And I would be light on the bread myself. But the thing is that you would separate the meals because you don't want to put mixtures of food together. That, from what I understand and what I felt, tends to kind of make your stomach growl. A lot of different things happen because you're not used to the combination. Let your stomach deal with the one set of food first, and then take a break, and then eat another set of food. And liquids are very important because it can fill you up as well. And so if you drink a lot of water and those type of things, you will not have the need to eat as much, and so you'll once again lose the weight. And once again, guys, if you look at the old Greek soldiers, army, Roman soldiers, these people did not have any kind of obesity, right? No fat, no big stomachs, nothing like that. That's because they kind of held to this. And the men of Sparta, and I did one on Sparta warriors the same way. The Sparta warriors, they were very diligent in what they ate. They were training all the time. And like I said, the Indian warriors that I saw a video on, Brahmacharya warriors, those people, everything is fine-tuned. And though I'm kind of starting my journey at 60, I feel the best I've ever felt because of a lot of these type of things. And I know you will too. And if you're 20 years old and you're looking at this saying, man, this is great that I have this information, I would definitely use this information and supplement your food, because you got to feed the warrior. But it's important of what you feed the warrior. And you should feed the warrior in certain ways. And so once again, the 5, let me summarize, would be, the first one is, I'll go in order. Avoid the fast foods. Forget about McDonald's, forget about all this other stuff. Don't go for fast foods, because most of that stuff is not healthy for you. Secondly, use more protein. Try to build those muscles, especially if you're younger. Use protein, and try to add that into your diet somehow. Third thing is water. Water is phenomenal. It's always phenomenal because it clears your system up. It makes your blood flow faster. You're going to have more energy, and obviously the retention is going to be helped a lot by the water flow. And then the third one is, the fourth one, do not eat after 8 o'clock. Again, don't let food sit in your stomach, and don't let it, kind of hurt you in the long run. And number 5, the small meals. Make sure as you're doing this with small meals that you're able to kind of take small meals. And they always say the word thing is, the wording that I've heard is that you eat like a king at breakfast. Now, I don't eat breakfast, but let's look at the quote. You can eat like a king at breakfast, eat like a queen at lunch, and then a pauper at night. So you don't want to eat a lot at these meals. Certainly you don't want to snack a lot. Avoid those type of things if you can, and just kind of stick it. Now, I would say to you that if you have retention, if you're doing your journey, it's a lot easier to go ahead and use the same control, discipline, when it comes to your meals. And when you do that, you're going to find a tremendous result. All right. So again, feed the warrior, but feed the warrior in the right way to maximize your benefits and energy. So until next time, once again, battle on, and please subscribe, donate, and comment if you wish. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.